Hello, friends. My name is Sarah Flint, and I am the Creation Care Fellow at St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Fernandina Beach, Florida. This is the fourth of four videos about how we can do a better job being good stewards of God's beautiful creation during this season when we are typically the most reckless about our consumption. This video is going to focus on travel, but before I get started, I have a little disclaimer to make because some of you who've seen the other videos that I've just recently recorded are might be pointing at me and saying, "You hypocrite," because I have been doing nothing but criticizing glitter and metallic coatings and fabrics that are made from unsustainable materials. And here I am with all these little Snoopies all over the shirt, and they're printed with kind of a rubbery, shiny ink. So I just wanted to explain that I think I bought this shirt when I moved to Amelia Island and Kmart was still open. It was one of the first things I bought. And for those of you who are not on Amelia Island, Kmart has been closed for at least 10 years. I think this shirt is about 15 years old. And I've said before, and I do think it's really important that when an item is still useful, I don't like the idea of just throwing it away and sending it to a landfill. So for as long as I can squeeze into this thing, I will continue to do that. And honestly, since it's a Christmas shirt, I only wear it like 2 or 3 times a year. So it's only being washed a few times a year. So it's not really contributing a significant amount of microfiber and microplastic to the environment. Plus, it's Snoopy and Woodstock ice skating. And in fact, the sleeves have little Woodstocks all over them. And everyone knows that Woodstock is absolutely the best character in the Peanuts gang, or at least that is my opinion. So it must be true. So moving on to the subject at hand, which is travel, I want to go ahead and bring up my screen. So this is our travel video, and I will talk about that today because it's important during the holiday season. It's especially relevant, but it's also important all the time whenever we're taking vacations or going to visit friends and family. So a lot of this information really is useful well beyond the holiday season. But during the holidays, transportation is actually the number one source of emissions. It's not actually that surprising because all year long, transportation is the sector that emits the most greenhouse gases in the United States, even ahead of power production. So, of course, during the holidays, that is the truth as well. But if every family decided just to use 1 gallon less of gasoline during the holiday season, we would actually reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 1 million tons. So before you hop in the car, and go somewhere where maybe you can combine errands or something like that, just think about ways that we can be a little bit more careful. Um, so yes, gas consumption is problematic. So can you visit with people electronically? Now Zoom is so popular and common and we're used to using it. And I know it's not the same as an in-person visit, certainly, but maybe we can travel a little bit less and still see our loved ones by doing family Zoom meetings. That's kind of a fun thing to do. And as you're planning your trip, know that flying is almost always the highest carbon footprint. However, if you are going to fly for 1 hour versus driving for 5 hours or more, especially if you're traveling by yourself, flying then is a better option than driving. So typically it's flying, then driving, and then taking a bus or a train will always be your greenest option for actually transporting yourself to your destination. If you're doing air travel, you can buy carbon offsets, but you need to really watch out for this because there is a lot of greenwashing out there on this subject. So you want to do a little bit of research. It's very complex and it's only effective in very specific situations. But you can read more about offsetting carbon at 8billiontrees.com. That's a really simple website that has some good information that will help you to understand it better and help you to pick a better company if you are going to purchase carbon offsets. And generally speaking, the ones that plant trees are going to be a good way to go. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen for a moment and just talk with all of you. As you're deciding where to go, it's really important to do a little bit of research about the attractions at your destination and really think about being ecologically friendly. There are even some ecotourism destinations that are good, and then there are some that are really terrible. So you want to make sure that whatever you choose is going to be something where your tourist dollars can support the local economy, but you can also minimize the harm to the environment during your stay there. So just be a little bit careful and conscious of that. When you're booking a hotel, really check the website, see if they have any initiatives to be environmentally friendly. Some of them will be very upfront that they're trying to be eco-friendly, they're trying to minimize the use of plastic, they're trying to generate their power in more environmentally friendly ways. So that is a great thing if you can find hotels that do those things. Um, some of them are horrific. You can go to breakfast and everything is styrofoam and it's just terrible. So really try to pay a little attention about the policies of your hotel. And hang your do not disturb sign on the door when you leave for the day so that housekeeping doesn't come in and take all of your towels that have only been used one time and wash them. Some hotels now even say, if you hang your towel back up, we won't take it away. And that is definitely a great way to have a much lower footprint on the environment. Instead of bringing tons of stuff with you, think about multi-use, really highly functional items. Go quality over quantity and find really durable things to take with you. Extra weight is going to significantly decrease your mileage. And I'll be honest, the best trip I ever went on, if you look at our pictures, I am wearing the same pair of pants every single day, but no one cared. And I was comfortable and they were great. And we just did a lot of laundry on that vacation. Every couple of nights we threw a load of laundry in, and that was a nice way to pack very little with me on a very far away trip. Do not forget to bring your reusable water bottle and even reusable utensils. I have this great little pack that I carry around. I use it at lunchtime too, and it has the spoon, fork, and knife. It came with chopsticks that are super cute, but I've honestly never come across a meal that required chopsticks. So I just go with the knife, fork, and spoon. You can easily fit a straw in there if you prefer to drink through a straw. Now that I'm in my 50s, I've realized I really don't need a straw, so I just never use one and I don't worry about that. If you do find that you are out somewhere and you have to buy something to drink, which I know that does happen now and then, there is an option. A lot of times you can buy something that is in a aluminum can instead of a plastic bottle, or now you can even buy water in these cartons, which I think is a great, much more sustainable option than a plastic water bottle. As usual, I'm gonna really be down on plastic because I think it is kind of the worst. Um, let's see. I'm going to stop sharing the screen again for a moment and just keep talking about the subject of food. Also, if you're going somewhere where you can make your own food, that is a good choice. Go ahead and make some of your meals, especially breakfast and dinner maybe. And when you're out and about, maybe you need to purchase lunch, but you'll have a lower carbon footprint if you are cooking your food. And even snacks, if you can pack good, sustainable, healthy snacks that will provide energy to you, there is a carbon footprint if you're buying snacks. There's production and transportation. And if you have your own that you've made yourself, they're going to be healthier for one thing. It's also going to save you money if you bring along some of your own food. And toiletries. Oh my goodness. we've all seen in when we're out and about the little containers of shampoo and body wash and shaving cream and all of those items. There is no need, everybody. You can buy refillable small containers and just use what you use at home all the time anyway. You'll know that it will work well. It's what you're used to using. And you won't be throwing away all those little cartons after you've used them two or three times and then the whatever's in them is gone. You can try to recycle some of those plastic containers. I know our recycling facility will probably not reject them outright, but I also know, having seen the operation, that little cartons like that are probably not going to make it through the process. So they'll end up in the landfill. Um, I also use a 4-in-1 bar of soap. You can carry a bar of soap. You can carry even toothpaste tablets that are packed. Mine are in a metal container, so they're not in plastic at all. And these items will minimize what you have to put in your little plastic baggie of liquids. In fact, my bar of soap is a 4-in-1, so it's almost all coconut oil. I use it on my hair, on my face, on my body, and I shave with it. So honestly, with that thing, I don't even need my plastic bag of liquids, except that I have not figured out what to do about hand sanitizers. So I do usually carry a little bit of hand sanitizer when I travel, and that is liquid. So it needs to be out for the TSA people. If you plan on shopping at all on your trip, and usually we do at least some shopping wherever we go, bring those reusable bags. And you don't have to bring the big bags that you use at the grocery store, but there are lots of little reusable bags that roll up. They fit in the palm of your hand. So those are really handy if you're going on a trip and you expect to be doing some shopping. Just pack a few of those, or even keep a few of those in your purse just for use in general. If you carry a purse, you might be a guy or just someone who doesn't carry a purse. But anyway, those are very handy. I am going to go ahead and share my screen again on the next subject, which is that actually, I'm having technical difficulties. That's all I have on travel. So I just want to wish you a very happy holiday season. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And always, as usual, if you have any questions about anything that I've mentioned, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And peace be with you.